Hello and welcome back to Derail Valley. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video for what is quite a stormy day thus far. In fact, you can just about see some sheet lightning out there in the clouds. I'm sure there is going to be some forked lightning at any moment in the next couple of minutes, but I'm not going to be focusing on that because time is ticking. And well, it does look like it is going to clear up by 3 o'clock. It is 11 o'clock in the morning at the moment in game. Not 11 o'clock in real life, although it is not that far from it. But yes, there we go. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a bunch of shunting. Last time out, I brought this particular train over to this, where am I? Sawmill. There I am. I brought this train to the sawmill, and it was pretty much pushing the limits of the DH4 that I used. In fact, it was technically somewhat over the limits, but somehow that DH4 just about managed to actually handle it and get this into the sawmill. Now, I could start with this job here and just unloading and storing this train. It's a simple drop off and then put these wagons, these flat cars, state cars, whatever they are, somewhere else. But I've been looking around at what we have outside and where things are placed, and the best option I can see is to do SWSL 43 first, followed by SWSL 23, then SWSU 60, and then SWSU 50. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get all of them done in a single video, but I'm going to try. These two should be pretty fast, pretty easy. In fact, these three should be doable. That one might take a little bit longer. And as you can see, that should, without bonuses, bring me four, so about 5, 8.5, and then let's just add that 6 there, so we'll have 14, take away the little bit. I'd say about $14,500 for that run. Then we do have a freight haul that I could very much take well within my reach, well within my grasp, which is 22. But honestly, 108 minutes, it'd take about half for 22 grand, or potentially maybe under an hour for 14. I'm trying to work out which one's actually better. But anyway, enough faffing about. That is what I'm going to do, just to quickly show you where things are. We have SL43 here. That's one of the SL23s. Those two are the other SL23s. That is that long shipping, and then this is the train that I brought in last time. My locomotive is somewhere out there. There it is, just there, which has been not refueled but fixed up. Oh, okay. And yes, that is pretty much it. Let's get started. Obviously, I won't be taking the job immediately. What I want to do is get that locomotive right up to here first. Once I do that, I will then grab this job, move it over to the loading bay here, get it loaded, and then it really is stormy shunting. That is today's episode. And then I'm going to guess that it wants it here. If it wants it here, that might be a slight issue, because then I'm going to have to run around for this one. But I should still be able to, yes, grab this from the other side. So there we go. Anyway, that is just me planning things out. Make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started. Okay, starting off, I'm just rolling this train. I'm literally just rolling this train forward. Because why not? Seems like a good idea. No using fuel. Let's get the starter up now. Train's up and running. Use the independent to just about slow us down, because that is a downhill. Switch on the rear lights, switch on the front lights. Cab lights probably not needed. Wipers might be. Just going to roll past this so I can swap this one over, and then I need to swap that one back potentially. I think I need to swap that. Oh, okay. Swap that one back so that I can get where I need to go, and then I'll grab the job. That'll do. Okay, let's have a look. Swap you over. That's a lot of lightning. That goes there, that goes across there, that goes there, and that should be right up to where we need it to be. So this is in fact the easy way to, I suppose, make your money. There we go. Just coast it back. Hopefully I get to see some lightning from this angle so I can use this as a screenshot. Probably there's one. Probably would not be good enough to, or fast enough to actually take the shot as a screenshot itself, but as long as I can get. That one was a little small, I will admit. A tiny bit of lightning. There we go. That one was even smaller. That was sheets lightning, so that doesn't really work. I remember one day we had a storm in the UK, and the storm was so great that I think the sky just looked like it was on fire. Every 3 or 4 seconds there was lightning, and it wasn't all forked lightning. It was mostly sheet lightning, but then you'd see the forked lightning bouncing between the clouds as well. Right, so I missed that one. That one was on the other side. Rubbish. Right, this is good enough. There we go. That's good enough to... Yep, that's good enough to start the job. So, job number 1 is just double checking this one. It is this one. Run back. SL43, yep, that's the one I want. So let's go ahead and take that. Okay. So, step 1, coupling of cars. Close enough? Yep, that'll do. Oops, no. Now, how heavy are these? Oh no, wait, because if I do actually load things up, I'm going to need the brakes on it. I was just thinking maybe I could do this without the brakes, but that's probably a bad idea. Back one. Now, I'm not sure, maybe somebody can tell me this. What would happen if I started moving around the cars? What would happen if I started moving the cars around that I'm not actually working with? Does that do anything? Because that would be interesting to note. Right, get this train out of here. Get a little bit closer. There we go. That's a better option, or a better view. Keep it going fairly slowly. I think this one said 18 minutes, so let's really time this up. So I've spent about a minute thus far. Here's the points coming up, so I'll just slow it right down. Because this is a pretty steep drop. So I just need this to... Oh, that was a good shot. Perhaps I'll take that as the thumbnail. That looks good enough. Or that. Alright, let's double check this. Going back. Yes. Yes. No. There we go. Yes, and that goes into there. Perfect. Okay. Time to back this train up. Can I control the train from just out here? I'm curious. I can. Because that might look more interesting as a potential screenshot. Come on, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Brakes are not on. Now that was pretty bright. That was definitely pretty bright. As was that one. The one that came across was a very interesting one. There's another one. Storm watching. Here's a question for those of you watching. Who liked storms? Who did not? So obviously some people enjoy watching storms. Some people very much do not like watching storms. Now the good thing about this is that there are only really two lines this can go on, and I'm hoping that B2S is the one it goes on. Oh no, it goes to an output line. These are inputs. Never mind. It is not going to be going here. It's going to be going somewhere else. Right. This is probably a good place to stop it. Can't stop the train here. There we go. And we'll just run off the train. That's stopped. Okay, that's loaded. Now where does it need to go? So we've done that. C1 out. Where is that? Please tell me that is not this one again. C1 out. Well, this has this on it. Okay. I'm not entirely certain why it's telling me to take that there, but if that is where it wants it, that is where it shall go. Now release that. That's the one I wanted to release. Put that into forward. Off we go. Quick ring of the bell. So rain's starting to clear. Yes, it is. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping this entire journey would be in a stormy during storms. Would have been nice. Now, the problem is, I think I've taken 6 minutes already. That's a little bit concerning. So what I'm meant to do, get inside, drop that, and let's start planning this one up. So, C1 out, you go there, you go there. And then the next one to change will be the one we're passing through anyway, so it doesn't matter. And hop, there we go. Whilst that slows down, I will swap this one over. How downhill is this? Pretty downhill. The train's still rolling ever so slightly, that's fine. Okay, into reverse we go. Just a warning of the bell. Oh, it's all cleared up. That's a shame. I suppose I cannot call this stormy shunting. Perhaps speedy shunting. Because I am going as quickly as I possibly can. And what I'm going to do is straight after this, I'm going to move this locomotive to there. Where did all this rain come from? Come on. Yep, so I'll move the locomotive over to C4S pretty much immediately after this. And get ready to pick up the next one, because then I'll pull that one out, go there, pull that one out, park it up there, and see what I can do. Hopefully that tells me to dump it in. Well, no, that's the only output, so that could be a problem. I am curious as to where it's going to tell me to put these. Right, now I need to figure out what on earth is going to happen here. I think this should all fit. Yep, that all fits. Good. Back in we go. That'll do. Whilst the brakes are being applied, I'll switch on the handbrake on this back one as well. Helps slow the whole train down in a perfect position. That looks like it is. Just double check this. It is where it needs to be. It very much is. So we'll go ahead and release those, release that, release this, and go ahead and drop the first of these jobs off, which is this one. Oh, what's happened? Handbrake must be applied on at least one car. I have the handbrake applied. Do I not? Is it not fully applied? It wasn't fully applied. Okay. That's fine. Oops. Try again. There we go. We are done. 5,162. That seems reasonable. I'll take that. So far my fees are 10, that's mostly fuel. That is mostly fuel, right? Yes, almost all of that is fuel, so that's perfectly alright. Okay, next one that I want is going to be this one, which says 2 pickups. So, I'm just trying to think, where would this want me to... I need to check the outputs here. C3I, C4S. S means shunt. C4S, C3... It's going to want it to be in the same location. So maybe I should take this one instead and put that into... I'm hoping that one gives me a shunt location for it. No, because these are all bad shunt locations. And this is not a... Right, can I fit it on this side? I could. Okay, so the only thing I can think of doing is run this along. You know what? How long did that previous one take me? I have 36 minutes. Oh, it's gone. I have 36 minutes for this one. So my first option is let's move this forward. That's my first. That's the first thing I need to do. I need to move this up to there, so it's ready to go into either of these. Yes, that is the first thing I need to do. Okay, on the brakes. Good. I'll sort out however far it needs to go in a moment. Right, let's find out what this one is. What does this job tell me? 2 pickups. It's probably going to be into that output as well, isn't it? B1S, C4S, B4L, C10. Okay. So, what I need to do for this one is... I'm going to budge this forward just a touch. Actually, no I'm not. No I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that as it is. I'm going to switch this. I'm going to run around this train and pick it up from the opposite side. Yep, that is what I'm going to do. Right, into reverse we go. High speed reversing. Whilst that's doing that, I'm going to check what I've got. So pick that up first from here. That is fine. That's going to go there. That will sort itself out. Then I'm going to have to run all the way down up to here. I'm then going to have to do a reverse all the way here. Pick this side, and that should just pick that up. Good. Where's the loco? There it is. Right, that could be a thumbnail, potentially. Just an empty locomotive moving along. Oh, I need to be getting on the brakes any second now. Good. Swap this over, make sure that's going all the way, which it is. And here we go. I think this bell does need to be on at the speed I'm going to be doing this. In fact, at this point it's not the fastest of movement, although it is a big train. Or a big locomotive, should I say. It does have a lot of mass. It can hurt you. And this train doing 10 miles per hour No, this train doing 1 mile per hour. Yes, this train doing 1 mile per hour can probably hurt you as much as a car doing about 60 miles per hour. Roughly. Good. Right. Let's get this hooked up to start with. And in all honesty, I think this should just hooking up one of these. Actually, no, I should probably be hooking up the whole lot, because this is going to be the train, so I'd rather not mess this up for myself in the future. Here we go again. Fast as we can go. Quickly now. Good speed. The good thing is I should just have to swap that to the opposite side to get it into C10. Yes. Now just do not go too far. That's a really steep downhill though. That is really quite steep. It's fine, should be able to manage it without too much of an issue. Okay, get that in reverse and, or forward in this case, and off we go. Right, I'll leave that doing that. In the meantime, let's set this one up to go across now. Can this put 1, 2, 3 in it? It can. That's fine. This one is going to go along here. That looks all right. You're already backing up quite nicely. Excellent. Good. I probably need to be slowing that down now. What speed are we doing? Pretty high. Just really get that slowing down. Come on. There we go. That's that. No, come on. Oh dear. Get that in. There we go, perfect. Hook that up. Switch those on. Release this handbrake. Okay. Forward and backwards we go. Again, actually, you know what? It will probably be much faster for me to just go backwards in this case. Keep going backwards. Yep, it'll be much faster for me to just go backwards. Well, it is happening. It's getting done as quickly as I possibly can. So I just need to get to where? Just past that signal there, or sorry, that signal, those points there, which is about to swap over. Flip, come on. There they go. Okay, put this into reverse. Off we go. I am getting used to doing this at a higher speed now. Sawmill Shunting operations. That could be the name of the episode, or something. I don't know. I think I will try to park this so that. Oh, let's put the brakes on now. That's a good spot. Yep, that is definitely a good spot. Load. There we go. I have no idea what is in it. Wood. Of course it's wood. Why would it be anything else? Now, did I leave enough room to get this train around this bit? I think I did. Just about. It's going to be close. This is going to be a little tight. I'm slightly concerned. I'm about to find out how close this is going to be. Oh, we're okay. There's room. There's enough room. So, I have to take this again past that point there, then back it up. Oh, well, if I can see properly, there we go, and then back it up through there. It is happening. It's taking a little bit of time, but it is happening. Wonder if the bell should be on again. So, if anybody knows the way this works in America, please do let me know, because obviously this, I assume, is an American design with this bell. We do not use bells like this in the UK. Come on, just clear it. There we go, that's cleared. Hard on the brakes. Okay. Swap that. Getting things moving on a hill, slightly more difficult. Make sure that is going the right way. Just no harm in double checking, triple checking, whatever it is. C1 out. It reads like C10 for some reason, but there we go. I have to say that the shunting aspects of Derail Valley, once you start getting used to it is quite interesting. It really is quite interesting. And once this one is done, I'll do one more. Or should I do one more? I'm just trying to think, where would that want me to put that? That is my concern. Is where does it want me to drop that off? Okay. Get ready to hit the brakes with this one. Is that going to clip through the sign? Nope. Perfectly misses the sign. I would say that is good enough. Done. Decouple. No, decouple. There we go. You stay with your brakes on. I'm going to try and sort this one out. Now, for the next one, I'm going to have to go all the way around. So, that order. In it goes. That's that done. It took me 12 minutes to do a 36-minute job. That is not bad at all with an extra 7k there. Making good money. This is going up just a touch. A little bit more usage on fuel. The rest is perfectly alright. Good. Okay. So, what do we have now? We've got this going to the harbour and town. That was 153 tons. This is going to machine factory in town. So these are the hauls that have from shunting. They've become freight hauls. I do quite like that. That would be a little bit wobbly. The harbour and town isn't too bad an option, but for 8 grand, I think honestly, this one is worth the most. This one's the best one to take. Let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's see if I can work this one out. 18 minutes. I know for a fact I'm going to have to put this locomotive somewhere else, because there's no way I'm going to be able to do this from the opposite side, given the mass of the train. So let's go ahead and get this locomotive out of here. I'm going to... How am I going to do this? I can just peel it straight through. Yeah, I know what I'll do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it straight through there, get it going, fly straight through here, and that will be at high speed like I did before, and we'll work from there. So it's, once again, it's in the right direction. It's in the direction it was going. Nice high speed. So the reason I'm doing it this side is this side has a 0.7 incline slash decline. I suppose in which way, it depends on which way you're looking. I guess going out of the forest would be a decline. So yeah, we're looking at a decline down this way, which is 0.7. That side is minus 2.4. So that would be much harder to push the train up. Whereas on this side, pushing that train, wherever it is, pushing that train up will be much, much easier. Just thought about things. Where are these things going? So, machine factory in town. If that's going to machine factory in town, that's a good side. If that's going to the harbour in town, that is also a good side. I've also then thought about the fact that I have... Those are in the way of the job that I probably want to take. Right, I didn't think about that. So I'm going to have to somehow get them out of the way to be able to take the job I want to take. Great. Now actually, given where this is, I've just realised I'm not going to have to push it all the way. Why would I have to push it all the way? I only need to push it up to... Go that way. I only need to push it past this bit, really. In we get. Yes, I'm only going to have to bring it up to, given the length of the train, probably about here. It will end up somewhere around here, but not too far. And once this is done, night should have fallen, and that would be a successful day of shunting. Started off in a storm, ended up with fairly nice few clouds in the sky. Nothing too severe. I think that has worked pretty well. I'm just thinking it's probably going to want me to dump it into B1S once that is done, because that's a shunting line. If it wants me to put it into B1S, that would be great. That would be a great end for this. A very simple setup. So from 3i to 4l to 1s. That would work fantastically well. Okay, whilst that is doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and start the order. There we go. So, let's go ahead and hook this up. There we go. In we get. Forward. I know one of these has a handbrake on, so I'm just going to start getting this moving and then release the handbrake on. There it is. It's that one. Now, what is the job? B3i, B4L, B1S. Exactly as I wanted it to be. Great. That should be really, really simple. And then after that, as I said, whilst that is moving out, my issue is I wanted to take this job. But how am I supposed to take this job when I've boxed it in? So the first thing I'm going to have to do is move these out the way somehow, so that I can get to that job. How far does this need to go? I can switch off that blasted bell now. I needed to get past that, which does mean I'm moving a little bit. I'll be getting to about here, won't I? Yes. I think if I stop the train, if I get off the throttle now, start getting this train stopped, that should be enough. Yep, that should definitely be enough. There we go. Now keep, stop. Thank you. Now we need to get this train pushed. Okay. So this train should just hopefully just roll back exactly where it needs to go, which is down here. Whilst it's doing that, I'll prepare this one. So this one needs to go. That's already prepared for B1S from the previous run, so it'll only be that changes. And now I know exactly how far this train also has to go, so I need to bring this train up to about here to be able to swap the direction it goes in. Keep backing up. Keep backing up. All the way. Now I should be able to get off the throttle on this train now. There we go. How much fuel do I have left? Half a tank. Right, so the next journey I take will have to take fuel into consideration. Okay. Still backing in. Keep it going. Down the end, that's probably as far as I wanted to go, so we're going to get on the brakes now. Check all the way down the end. Should still be just within. It is, it's not great, but this is a very long train for what we have. Train in range, unload. Sorted. That was fast. Forward again, now with a much lighter train. we just need to be back up next to those points just there, and that should have the back of the train over here. I need to buy some of those bits. The problem is that the reason I don't buy those bits is because if I swap out the train, I've got to disconnect them because I cannot own these trains. I know there is a mod to own the trains. Maybe I should look into that and actually start buying trains. Or locomotives, should I say, not trains. So I buy the locomotive and then I can do what I want with it, and I know it isn't going to just disappear. It looks decent. Get the train on the brakes. Should be able to stop this train fairly quickly from here. And the back of the train should be clear of the points I want, which it is. It's these points. The train is now going there and where I wanted to go. Oh, I've still overshot, haven't I? Yep, I've overshot one set of points. Oh, I've really overshot this. That's fine. Now I'm on the downhill slope, which is not ideal. Stop, come on train, stop. And push. Bell, bell. Right, that should be fine. Run along the back of these. Jump. B1S, excellent. This is going to take a while to roll in. I might actually increase the speed. How's it slowed down so much? I wonder if rail friction is now simulated. I never noticed that. Or is it because this was uphill? I didn't think this bit was uphill. That's the speed I wanted. That's more like it. So going to have to try and line this up with just past that lamppost there. Which should be fairly easy to do. What are these plants? They aren't violets. No idea. I would have thought the rail bed would be kept a little cleaner. But I don't know. How's the front of this train looking? It is backing in reasonably well. Back to the back of the train. Yep, that is lining up with the end of that. Great. And on the brakes. Take it out of gear, no longer necessary. Yep, that will do. Handbrake at the front. Job done. I'll switch off the bell, because the bell is annoying. There we are. Release, release, release the brakes, release that, and I think that should be that job done as well. Half the time, 9 minutes to do it, and it's given me 10k. Honestly, that was not bad. 20 something k in 50 minutes. That is not bad at all. See, we have this own vehicles, don't own any vehicles. Stats. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Yes, the fees are there. I could probably clear some of that up, but I'm not going to. Time bonus deadline total plus... Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to switch this locomotive off and end the video. But to end this video, I am going to switch the breakers off. Probably should switch the lights off as well. There we are. Good. Windows can be closed. There we go. Right, let's have a quick look at the licenses. So, that's... Well, none of those are a problem. We have concurrent orders 2. What does that do? So, the one thing I really do not want is this time bonus deadline. So, I'd rather that does not go down. S060, that's that... Or S060, S060. That's that one. I suppose I could do that. That's... Where's that locomotive gone? There it is. I suppose I could do that and get the tank engine. What? How much money do I have? 326. Hang on. I'm assuming it's not going to let me buy any licenses until I clear all my fees out, but still. Multiple units, 30. Museum I've got. Logistics Hall I've got. Manual service I've got. The 282 is 50. The DE6, that's the one I've been looking for. Time bonus deadline -2. Insurance copay plus 30. So I'll have to consider that one. The DE6. Then we've got Hazmat, -4. Okay. Hazmat 2 is quite expensive. Hazmat 3. We've got Military. No change on the time bonus, but insurance copay goes up massively. Ooh. That is something I've got to consider. That and the DE6 together would be interesting. Why is... That might be a mistake. 100,000, 30,000, 400,000. I think it's supposed to be 100,000, 300,000, 400,000. Okay, let me try to, at the very least, let's grab... Should we grab multiple units? What does that do? -1%. That's not bad. That is not bad. Let's just grab this one first. Let's see if it... Oh, no, that's not what I'm meant to do. Let's see if it allows me to do it. No, you must clear your fees. Fine. So, I'll clear... There's no... I just thought I was wondering why that was lit up. So what I'll do is I'll probably clear my fees before the next video. Let's see what I've changed here. Oh, I've got a logistics hall. Ooh. I could do that. 12k to Forest Central. That's a pretty good run. It's light. What's in the Forest Central? A train station. Nothing else. Right, that's the forest I was in earlier. That's where I brought this in from. No, I need something to go to the steel mill, because that is where I'm going to clear my fees. That is where I'm going to be able to purchase more things. It has to be this one. That's the goods factory in town. Okay, well, that will do it as well, I think. Yes, the goods factory in town. In fact, that has even more, because that has a shop available. Right. So, the plan is going to be, in the next video, I'm going to move... I'm going to have to move this out the way. This one here. Once I've moved that out the way, I'll be able to grab this one and then start a journey. Is that the right direction? Suppose so. Yes, I'd start a journey from the sawmill, go past the forest south, go straight up from the steel mill to the goods factory in town. That is going to be the plan. The locomotive is... I think the locomotive is also facing the wrong way, so I'm going to have to turn the locomotive around. Alternatively, is an alternative way. There is an alternate way through this. Sawmill towards City West. Go from there, which would be continuing out this way, meaning I've got to move these ones out of the way. But that means I do not have to turn the locomotive around. So I can just go here, grab that, shove that out of the way, perhaps onto here, grab that and get out of here, out that side. That might be a better option. Okay, I think I will probably end up doing that. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Derail Valley. Leave a comment in the comments box below. Let me know what you think. Any suggestions you might have. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. That is all from me, and I will see you next time in Derail Valley, where I will be taking... that job, where is it? I've lost the job. There it is. This job, which is not bad at all, 360 tons. I can definitely handle that. From the sawmill all the way up to the goods factory in town. And then after that, hopefully, with the money I get from that, I should be able to purchase... let's plan on purchasing 3 licenses, depending on what the licenses are. Let's try 3 licenses. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that in an upcoming episode. Thank you very much once again. And I'll see you next time in Derail Valley Simulator.